the greatest of all time. A saying used a lot in sports. We use it to describe athletes like Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, Wayne Gretzky, Jerry Rice, Muhammad Ali. To be the greatest of all time, it is a climb. It's a journey. It's lifelong and built with undulating and unpredictable ups and downs, built upon risks, change, and personal development. Who is the greatest of all time in football, or as Americans call it, soccer? Pele. Pele is a name no football fan can do without, and the man is touted to be the best soccer player the world has ever seen. Now, he did not have the whole world handed over him on a silver platter. He worked his way through sweat and blood to reach the upper echelons of the sport itself. He was able to touch lives by teaching that when your work is not just work, but the element that defines you. And when you derive satisfaction that is greater than any pain that can be inflicted on you, nothing else matters. In this video, you will walk away learning from the greatest football player of all time. This inspiring story of Pele will leave you inspired to move forward towards your dreams and untapping your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories, motivational figures, comeback stories, and public speaking tips that will keep you growing and inspire you to take action. Edson Arantes dos Nascimento was born on October 23, 1940, in Tres Corazones, in Minas Gerais, Brazil. When he was younger, he was one of those children polishing shoes and desperate to play football because of the harsh living conditions. The children had no proper football to play with, so they stole some clothes from the neighborhood and stuffed them into socks to make a football. His father was a player for Fluminense and Atlético Mineiro, but a knee injury in a clash against Augusto, later captain of the Brazilian national team in the 1950 World Cup, cut short his career at the age of 24. So you can see where he got his passion for football. However, his mother wasn't very enthusiastic that Pele wanted to be like his father. Pele revealed the financial hardships they all suffered during his father's injury led to disapproval from his mother when he sought to start his own football career at age 15. He said in an interview,
"Mother used to say when I was young, you see your father,
he didn't play well. He has a problem, injury. You must be a teacher or a doctor, don't play soccer." However, this didn't stop him. One day, a group of men, including Pele's father, were listening to a football commentary while sitting at a restaurant. It's the 1950 FIFA World Cup final between Brazil and Uruguay, and everyone is wishing for Brazil to win the game. Pele and his friends can also be seen on the broken roof of the restaurant, trying to get information about the ongoing game. Unfortunately, Brazil loses the game. Pele said to his father, would tell him that men should be strong, men don't cry. And then he saw his father cry. And when Brazil lost the game, then he told him, "Father,
don't worry, I'm gonna win one World Cup for you."
Pele was 9 years old. From there, he recognized two dreams: trying to be a soccer player like his father, and reversing the history of the country's national team by winning a World Cup after the failure of the 1950 World Cup in the Maracanã against Uruguay. The boy showed great interest for and talent in football, and was playing for a local minor league club when he got his first break. He played with his friends and was taught a trick or two by his father. With all that practice and persevering, everything finally paid off. Cut to a few years later, and Pele is now 15 years old. His mother notices him, practicing with his father, and finally decides to call a football scout named Waldemar de Brito to watch him play. Waldemar suggests Pele to participate in the trials of the local football club. Great performances are a result of great preparation. There, Pele was trained and taught how to play football professionally. He starts out poorly and finds it difficult to adapt to the traditional technique of playing football. He found it impossible to try and change his way of doing the sport and almost quit. He said it himself, "Enthusiasm is everything. It must be taught and vibrating like a guitar string." He knew that he wanted to do and where he wanted to see himself in the future. So instead of doing everything the traditional way, he played as if he was with his friends back home. Ginja is a way of life for Brazilians. It's about those subtle moves and touches that can catch the opposition off guard. The unexpected back heel, the no-look pass, walking past players while juggling the ball on your feet and thigh. It's all about bringing the everyday swagger to the football pitch. And that's exactly what Pele did. In many ways, Pele was ahead of the game at the current time. Pele proved himself to the world when he scored a goal in his very first mainstream match, which was against Corinthians Football Club. The following year, he was the top goal scorer in the league, and the Brazilian national team called him up. At the time, Brazil was preparing for the 1958 World Cup in Sweden, when a 17-year-old Pele scored a whopping 6 goals during the 1958 World Cup. He led the Brazil national team to victory. Brazil won his first World Cup that year. He solidified his status as a world football star, a designation that has never stopped. Pele held the record for the youngest World Cup goal scorer when he scored against Wales in 1958. He proved that age is just a number. Dreams do come true. With word of brilliant performance spreading like wildfire, and a wide range of sports clubs showing unmasked interest in having Pele play for them, Brazil declared its star soccer player a national treasure, thereby barring Pele from playing for any non-Brazilian club or corporation. In 1962, Pele was unable to play alongside his team during the World Cup as he sustained severe injuries during the first match of the tournament. However, in 1970, Pele led his team to win what would be the third World Cup for his nation. His goal was precious in many ways and one. Not only was it Brazil's 100th World Cup goal, but it was also a goal that was so close to Pele's heart as he scored it with his head. Pele's father was adept at headshots, and is reported to have made 5 headshot goals in a single match, and the move was special for Pele. Pele went on and played 1,363 matches in his career, which included internationals, international friendly matches, and club matches. And in all these matches, he scored a record of 1,279 goals, according to the Guinness World Records. Truly, he was a man ahead of his time. He invented and did football moves no one had ever seen, through lobbying the ball, dribbling, kicks, scores, shaking, and maneuvering. You can truly say he, along with Garrincha, are the father of Joga Bonito. In many ways, a lot of the moves you see today, just remember this: Pele did it first. There were many records and trophies in Pele's name. Below are just a few notable and perhaps unbreakable. He's the youngest player to win the World Cup, 17. Brazil's leading goal scorer with 95 goals in 114 games. Most assists in the FIFA World Cup, followed by Diego Maradona and Lionel Messi. Besides providing the most assists in the tournament's history, he also recorded the highest assists in a single World Cup edition, 6 assists in 1970. The most Ballon d'Or. Now, before you make the claim that Ballon d'Or did not exist in this time, it was only open to European players up until 1995, and only became available to players playing on outside of Europe altogether in 2007. That is true. But hear me out. In 2016, to celebrate the Ballon d'Or turning 60, France football decided to go back and look at who would have won the most prestigious individual awards in football had it been a global award since its inception. They decided that in 12 of the 39 years before non-Europeans became eligible, the winners would have been different. The 12 new winners included Romario, Mario Kempes, Garrincha, Diego Maradona twice, and Pele 7 times. Youngest player to score a hat-trick. Up against a superb France team, Pele scored a 23-minute hat-trick in a 5-2 win. Most hat-trick, with 92 hat-tricks. 92 hat-trick equates to 276 goals, meaning Pele scored more goals in those 92 games than most strikers score over the course of their entire careers. To put that into perspective, a 37-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo has a number of 60 hat-tricks, while a 35-year-old Lionel Messi has 55. Winning a World Cup is a great feat in and of itself. Few achieve that dream, and for those that do, it almost certainly stands as a great accomplishment. Now, to win it twice is an extremely rare achievement belonging to only 20 players in the history of the sport. And to win it 3 times, well, really there's only one man, Pele. He won the FIFA World Cup title 3 times with the Brazilian team, and he was the only player in the world to do this. He helped them win it the first time in 1958, and 12 years later, when he retired from international football, Brazil becomes one of the best nations in football. They held the distinction of lifting the FIFA World Cup trophy in 1970, 1962, and 1958. As the great Pele once said, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do." There's no magic. The process of living your dream is not complex or even sophisticated. It's simple, it's straightforward, it works. And the moment you fully accept it, your life and the lives of those you love will never again be the same. Pele is a great example of someone who was just headstrong despite what life gives him. He accepted challenges and new obstacles as if he was on the soccer field. He could take everything in and analyze everything a lot quicker than the average footballer does. So remember this, if you want to achieve your dream just like Pele, you have to take note of all the greats who were once underdogs, and practice and work always beats talent. Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest updates. Soon you will be on your way to feeling inspired.